Hello everyone, welcome to Dominions 5, my name is Mew. This time around I'm playing a multiplayer game set in the Middle Era, and I'm playing as Ashdod. It's been a long time since I played Dominions. I think I say that at the beginning of every series because there always seems to be a long gap between when I play games. But I'm back for the first time in, I think, over a year now, playing as Ashdod. So I'm just going to very quickly go over my nation and my pretender. Usually this clip would be at the beginning of the first video, and the first video would be turn 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 or whatever. But I'm going to upload this video separately. The game is currently in turn 5, so you won't actually see any turns for a while, because I usually have like a 30 turn delay on videos, so that the other players in the game can't see what I'm doing. So if you're expecting gameplay, don't. Just sit tight for a month and I'll see you then, and you can close this video now, it's fine. But if you want to find out what pretender I'm doing, you can watch the rest of the video. And I thought it'd be good to upload this video now separately, because one of the problems with having a long delay between the videos and the actual gameplay is that when people leave comments on videos, they're always completely irrelevant because you're commenting on something that's, 30 turns out of date. So I thought if I at least upload this video now, you can at least give me like general impressions of Ashdod. You can say, oh, I like doing this, or oh, I like this spell they've got, or I usually do this in the early game, or whatever, You can just post some advice in the comments. And since the game is currently in turn 5, yeah, I might actually read them and make use of them. I probably won't, because I'm a huge piece of shit and I just ignore people, but you can at least get that out of your system and say, hey Mew, this is what you should do, and write out your big strategy guide. You can also let me know if you want to be named, if you want me to name one of my commanders after you or some shit like that. I don't know, go for it, and maybe I'll do it. Although, given the naming gimmick for my nation this time around, maybe you wouldn't want that, but the pretender named Small Pretender Humiliation. I named him that because I'm playing Ashdod, who are a giant nation, and this guy is not a giant, he's size 2. And I thought it was quite funny, the idea that all these Ashdod giants have to worship this little guy. I don't know why, but it does tickle me. So yeah, let's talk about skills and everything first, then I'll talk about the nation. Went for Master Enchanter with, mainly just for the Bless. So I wanted to get a big Nature, Earth, and Blood Bless, just because, I can't remember why actually, I think I was testing different things and it just ended up this way. I was getting some tips from Jay Brereton, who is advising me on how I should build my pretender, and originally it was the golden calf thing, but I realised I could get the same scales and the same Bless with the Master Enchanter, so I thought it was funnier to go with this guy. And Jay Brereton pointed out that this guy can then cast Transformation and maybe turn into something a bit better than a Master Enchanter. So the scale is 6 Dom, 1 Order, 3 Productivity. I want to be recruiting a lot of units that have quite high resource costs, so productivity seemed to be the most important thing. Ashdod likes heat, so I think they natively want heat 2, so I just pick up a few extra points from heat 3. Order 1 and Growth 1 just to keep income ticking up nicely. And then mainly we take these paths for the Bless, so Earth 5, Nature 7, and Blood 4 are exactly what I need to get this Bless. The Blood is probably unnecessary. It does give me something that I can actually use while my pretender is sleeping, because this pretender is dormant. I just realised it doesn't show that on the screen. Oh yeah, it does, okay. So the pretender is dormant. So my Segwids will at least have Blood Surge while he's asleep, and they won't get regeneration or fire and shock resistance until he wakes up, but that's fine. They don't really need these two things until I'm fighting players, really. The Blood Surge on the Giants is enough to carry them through the early expansion phase. Drain 2 is kind of bad, but Ashdod does have researchers who have the research bonus, so it's not as bad as you might think. They are quite expensive, those research. Well, my big cap-only researcher has like a research bonus of like 6 or 8 or something, and then there's a smaller version who has like a bonus of like 4, I think. So Drain isn't too bad. in this instance. And Misfortune is just kind of a freebie in Dominions 5, it feels like. Misfortune skills aren't too bad. And Ashdod PD seems pretty good as well, because the main commander is the big giant. So even low amounts of province defense get like a 40 or 50 hit point giant to help defend. So Misfortune events seem like they'll be even less of a problem as Ashdod. I don't know. So there's the Magic Paths, Bless, Scales. That's what I'm going with. Should I say what I'm planning to do in the early stages of the game? Probably not, right? Because I don't want my opponents to know that. So I guess that's all I really have to say. Is just, hey, I'm playing Ashdod and this is what my pretender looks like. So yeah, that's it. And I'll see you in a month, I guess. That's when I'll start uploading the videos. The game is moving a little bit more slowly than I thought it would at this point. Somebody made the incredibly powerful move of submitting a partial turn on turn 5, which is one of the most extreme instances of sammogging that I think I've ever personally experienced. So the game is stalled very slightly at the moment, but you know, yeah, usually we get 2 turns done per day for the first 10 or 12 turns maybe, and then it's 1 turn a day after that. So yeah, you probably expect to start seeing turn videos in August, I would expect. Yeah, so I'll see you then.